congratulations. If you clicked on this video, you're in the top 99999% of people in the entire world. What do I mean by that? That means that most people don't even think about improving their health or ascending or whatever you want to call it. They don't even think about it. And if they do, they don't do anything about it. Everybody knows that guy or those 10 guys that tell you they're going to start going to the gym or start doing this diet or start clearing up their skin or whatever it is. And then a week goes by and nothing happens, or they start it and they quit. So congratulations on the first step. So we're just going to go ahead and hop right into this video. This is everything I would do if I had to start over in the gym today. If somebody told me, Elijah, you have to lose all the muscle you have to go back to having your face ridden with acne. And as you guys can tell right here, and I was very skinny. I was like 120 pounds in this. But you're allowed to use all the wisdom and knowledge that's been bestowed to you throughout your tireless and sleepless nights on your self-improvement journey, because I got a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge on this. This is exactly what I would do to ascend, improve, whatever you want to call it. Now, the number one thing that you have to figure out before you start improving your life is your why. Okay, the truth is most of you guys aren't going to start improving, or you might start for a week, but if you don't have a strong enough why, you're not going to go anywhere. So my why was literally, look at me, okay? I had extremely bad cystic acne, and you could tell because there was none on my forehead. There's like 2 pimples right there. It was all on my jawline. I had very bad chest acne. You see it way worse than this. And on my back, it was fried. It was insane. And then in a year, I went to this. Okay, literally a year, I went from this to this because I had a strong enough why. My why, or whatever you want to call it, was because I was like 16 and a half in high school. I was like a junior, and I absolutely hated myself. I used to get messed with all the time. Kids would follow me home from school. Kids would, follow me into the bathroom and threaten to beat me up. I had a bunch of crazy instances. I had some kid make an Instagram account, and he took all the bad pictures he could find of me, and he started pretending to be me and following a bunch of girls, just like the normal bullying stuff that people go through. Okay, I hated it. I didn't want to be that guy, and I knew that if I got big, I got jacked, and I ascended, okay, people would respect me more, and they wouldn't mess with me. So, like I just said, this was my rock bottom. All right, I kind of just talked about it. This was me at 120 pounds. I had been slightly working out throughout high school because I played a few different sports. I dyed my hair blonde because this isn't even blonde. This is like yellow. But I thought it would take away from people looking at my acne, believe it or not. Stupid idea. Double negative right there. But yeah, I looked like an idiot. And I was weak, okay? I was benching 225 for one. This was the first time I ever benched 225. This was my physique, and this is how strong I was. Okay, I just gained a little bit of strength from playing sports. And a year later, literally a year later, this is what I look like now. Okay, absolutely diced, absolutely peeled, shredded, whatever you want to call it. I have very good striations. All right, these pictures are also from about 4 months ago, so even more peeled now. But yeah, very defined 6-pack. Okay, very lean, big arms, very clear skin. Okay, you guys can kind of tell right now. The Mac computer's trash, but I also got stronger too. I went from benching 225 to benching 365. I know, it's insane, crazy. To be fair, I have elbow wraps on this, but I could bench 315 for like 2 or 3 without them. I have good form. I'm not one of those ego lifters that, impregnates the air. So how did I do this? I'm going to walk you guys through every single step and everything that I find important. Literally everything I know about self-improvement, about turning your life around, I'm going to teach you guys, and I'm going to teach you guys how I did it in a year and a half. So speed, that is the number one most important topic aside from the mental and faith aspect that we are going to talk about is speed. You have to understand there is a difference between doing something efficiently and doing something sloppy. People have this notion that if you do something quick and fast, it's going to be done sloppy, and that could not be true. You need to be doing your work efficiently and quick, okay? Speed. I cannot stress that enough. There is absolutely no reason for you to not have a good physique in 6 months, okay? Obviously, yes, if you're 500 pounds and you take up 2 seats on an airplane, it's going to be pretty hard for you to get in shape in 6 months. But most of you guys aren't like that. Most of you guys, if you're overweight, you're like low 200s, or if you're skinny, you're low 100s, and you can fix that in 6 months, okay? And if you don't believe me, look at the dude from the Mr. Beast video, all right? He lost 100 pounds in like 6 months or something like that. It was insane. And I loved that video because it just proved all my theories even more right than I already was. So now, why do you need speed? Because you don't have any time to waste, okay? I don't have time to waste. You don't have time to waste. When I work with my clients, it's go, 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 go. I need them to get a transformation. I need them to get in shape. I need them to ascend, whatever you want to call it, very efficiently, as quick as possible, because I'm not wasting their time and they're not wasting my time. My number one goal with my clients isn't to leech as much money out of them as possible. It's to get that transformation so I can show other people, hey, look, this is Cole. I'll show you Cole later in the video. This is Cole, and he absolutely leaned out his face, ascended, gained like 20 pounds of muscle, became absolutely shredded, whatever it is, and he did it quick, fast. Most of these coaches can promise you, yeah, we'll, help you lose 40 pounds over a year. I'm telling you, I can help you lose 40 pounds in 2 months because I've done it and I've seen it work with my other clients. And I'm not going to have you on some extreme dieting or whatever it is. Okay, you can do it efficiently, you can do it safely, whatever it is, and you can do it without making it your entire life. Now, my favorite saying, difficult takes a day, impossible takes a week. You have to be the guy who knows you can get it done. You have to be the guy who knows you can figure it out. You know that whatever you are going after is possible, okay? Believe in yourself. You have to take risks. And I don't just tell you guys that and not preach it. I took a risk moving straight out of high school, literally less than a month after I graduated high school. I hopped on a one-way flight. I had $200 in my bank account at the time. Hopped on a one-way flight all the way to Bali, Indonesia to grind out my business, okay? And I couldn't be more grateful that I did. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe you're the guy. You're the man, all right? Now, why did I got a picture of an airplane here? Because this is a great example of speed. If an airplane is flying through the sky at 500 miles an hour or whatever it is, and the engine gives out, it's still going to keep flying because it's going super fast. Speed, okay? Speed is important. So, next, this is where we're going to get pretty nerdy. Now, I've made this as simple as possible for you guys. When I was working on this, I was trying to imagine I was explaining this to a 12-year-old just so you guys really, really understand the importance of having a clean diet, fixing your skin, getting shredded, putting on muscle, getting strength, losing fat, whatever it is. I've made it very simple for you guys. One of the most important things in your fitness journey, and not only your fitness journey, this is going to help clear up your skin. This is going to give you literally a better mental state. There are thousands of studies that show that having a good diet affects your mental state in a positive way. You're going to have a total diet transformation. Now, what do I mean by that? I've written down my 5 key points in my diet. This is exactly what I used while I was grinding it out and what I still use to this day and what I use with all of my clients. I call it the God-given diet because we are eating God-given foods, all right? Number 1, carb loading. Carb loading is so important. A guy like me, I don't take pre-workout. I don't drink energy drinks. I used to do it a lot, but now I don't. I drink coffee, all right? That's about it. But I don't need stimulants, okay? I use natural foods. I learn how to use the foods God gave us to our advantage as my stimulants because believe it or not, if you eat fruit, you're going to be energized. I know it's a crazy concept. So I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to utilize your carbs. There are 2 types of carbs. All right, you want energy before your workout without absolutely frying your gut health. I'm telling you guys, if you are getting acne and you don't know why your diet's good, but you're downing 400 milligrams of Netanyahu's final orders pre-workout, it is because you're frying your gut health. So how are we going to fix our gut health while still having an insane amount of energy? Well, we're going to learn how to use our carbs, okay? Number 1, There are complex carbs and there are refined carbs. Two different types. All right. Complex carbs, like beans, like potatoes. That's why you see a lot of bodybuilders eating sweet potatoes or whatever it is. I eat them before every workout out here in Bali because that's like every restaurant has them. I eat the sweet potato fries. Oats, green vegetables, those are going to last you long term. Those are great to eat like an hour before your workout because they're going to last you the entire workout. Now, if you're going to do a quick task like, cardio, 30 minutes cardio, refined carbs are your way to go. All right. So you're going to go get a fruit bowl. You're going to go, I don't like that they put pastries on here. I didn't make this. I took it off Google. But you're going to go get, dang, all these are bad. Bread, all right? Eat that before your little cardio session or before your work session or whatever it is. And that is a very, very dumbed down way of how to utilize carbs. Now, you can utilize fats, all that other stuff, but that is exactly the easiest way I could put that. So, number 2, zero processed sugar, and we could group this in with no processed foods. I call this the God-given diet because we are eating God-given foods. Absolutely no processed sugar. I can't stress that enough. If you want acne, go eat processed sugar. The worst my skin ever looked was when I was eating crumble cookies with 100 different ingredients, or I was drinking Gatorade or whatever it was. Please, 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 no processed sugar. Not only is your skin going to clear up, you're going to get more lean, and you're going to have less brain fog, okay? Processed sugar is directly correlated to brain fog. So cut out that processed sugar and cut out that garbage American style processed foods. No chips, no cereal, whatever it is. I forgot to mention this earlier, but if you are soft and you are not actually ready to change your life, click off this video because I'm showing you guys exactly how I changed it. And if you want to change it quick, you want to do it efficiently, this is going to be how. I don't have time for people that say, oh, I want to get in shape, but I want to still, drink my vodka Red Bulls on the weekend. And cool. All right. It'll take you longer. All right. I'm not saying it's impossible. It'll take you a lot longer. And it's going to really hinder your progress and absolutely fry your liver. But I need to get things done quick because I don't got time to waste. And I'm not promised tomorrow. So cut out that processed garbage, the processed slop. Start eating real foods. Start eating your meat. All right. Eat pork, chicken, steak, whatever it is. Your fruits, vegetables, whatever it is. People are like, oh, don't eat your vegetables. Shut up, dude. You're a nerd. Eat your vegetables. Doesn't matter. Now, protein. Everybody and their mom knows what protein is. All right. Even if you don't go to the gym, you know that if you eat protein, you get big and strong. Now, what are we not going to do? We're not going to eat garbage protein. We're not going to eat fake protein. My skin looked horrible when I was eating mass gainer before my workouts or after my workouts. When you're drinking these Fairlife protein shakes or whatever it is, not only are you getting microplastics, you're getting dairy and you're getting fake protein. And you're literally frying your gut health and your health in general. You have literal microplastics floating around in your body. Now, I'm not going to get too into that, but absolutely no fake protein. Eat your meat. I can't stress that enough. Now, lastly on the list, a clean calorie surplus or, cutback. So you want to get big and strong, but you're only eating 3 meals a day. Start eating 5 to 6. You don't need to go to the store. You don't need to go to your local supplement shop and buy MK677. All right, that's the last thing you need to buy. You don't need to go start eating your mass gainer or whatever it is. You just need to eat more. It's really that simple. People go, oh, I don't have time in the day to eat, or I just forget. Set a reminder on your phone that every 30 minutes you're going to eat this much food, or every hour you're going to eat this much food, or whatever it is. You have to be willing to do whatever it takes to ascend. So, you want to get big and strong like Rich Pinana? Eat your meals. Now, next, you have to be willing to absolutely die for this. Like, I'm not kidding. Obviously, you're not going to die for this, but I can't stress this enough. How bad do you really want it? I literally can't stress this enough. I wanted to fix my health so bad. It was insane. I'm getting fired up right now because, literally just talking about how bad I want it, just oh my gosh. You have to be willing to die for this. You have to want it as bad as you want to breathe. So why do I have a picture of all these random celebrities, fitness influencers in here? Kobe Bryant. What could Kobe Bryant, Rich Pinana, and the Trent twins, and David Goggins all have in common? Well, They all preach there's no such thing as burnout. If you are somebody who believes in burnout, go click off this video. I don't have time for all these garbage content creators that tell you you can get shredded and have your ideal physique, but only work out 3 days a week because you don't want to get burnt out. That is garbage, okay? Obviously, I understand that if you have work or whatever it is, you provide for your family, you don't have time to go to the gym 7 days a week. There are ways around that. You guys get what I'm trying to say. Work like a madman. There's no such thing as burnout. Burnout is fake. When I was, first starting out in the gym and making the most amount of progress, I was going to the gym 7 times a week or every single day, sometimes twice a day, most times than not twice a day. And I was just obsessed with it. I loved it. And I didn't get burnt out. All right, I was hitting chest like 4 days a week. Obviously, that's not the most optimal, but it worked. So how bad do you really want it? Now, second off, do every single set till failure. This is my split, all right? This is my split dumbed down. Obviously, I have my specific exercises that I like to do, but I work out 7 days a week. Obviously, if you have work or whatever it is, you only work out 6 days a week, then you can cut out like the arm day or whatever, but this is my 7-day split. Push, pull, quads, arms, push, pull, hamstrings. Simple. Take a screenshot of this right now. That's literally all it is. Take a screenshot right now. On your push day, you're going to hit chest, shoulders, and triceps, okay? For chest, you're going to do 3 exercises. So, for example, you would do a press, like a bench or dumbbell bench. You do an incline, and you do a fly. 3 exercises. You're doing 1 warm-up set and 2 working sets till failure. You're going to do 6 to 8 reps every single set till failure. If you were doing 8 reps, the 8th set should have you looking like you are going to have a spasm in the middle of the gym and like you need urgent medical attention, okay? Do every single set till failure, because if you don't, there's somebody else out there that is doing every single set till failure, and they're going to get bigger than you, and they're going to get stronger than you, and they're going to do it quicker than you. So very simple right there. Push, pull, quads. There's only 3 quad movements you're going to do on your quad day. Do a compound movement and then do like 2 accessories. Arms, same thing with a hamstring movement. Do like a deadlift, or you don't even have to do a deadlift. Do like a really heavy RDL. You can do like hamstring curls and whatever it is else that you want to do. And then, like I said, 6 to 8 reps. So we talked about my split. We talked about how bad do you really want it. Now we got be the milk kid. What does that mean? Got a picture of a milkman right here. Be the milk kid. I'm going to tell you guys a story from high school. When I was in high school, I was 15, 16. I was a sophomore. We had this kid in our class. I'm not going to say who his name is because some people watching this probably know him. But his name, let's just say it was like John, right? John had a very messed up home life. His dad got really, really rich, scamming a lot of people, and he went to federal prison. It was a big deal. He used to come to school, insane supercars and stuff, and then his dad went to prison. So it kind of screwed over him, his mom, and his siblings. And this happened when he was like 15. So he had a pretty messed up home life. He had every single excuse to be a loser. And you know what he did? He ended up actually becoming pretty successful. This not relevant, but like our junior year, he ended up starting a business and it did pretty good. And he ended up being the one paying his mom's bills. He became the man of the house at like 16, 17. It was pretty respectable. But why do I say be the milkman? Because this kid used to show up to school every single day when he was 15. When we were sophomores, I had him in most of my classes, and he would bring raw milk to school. It was insane. All right, everybody made fun of him for it. He would bring like sourdough bread and like feta and avocado, and he would cook up these like crazy contraptions in the back of the class. And this is before I started working out, all right? Like right before I started working out. And he actually got me into working out. I really respected it. And like my, dialing in my health and fitness and all that. But everybody made fun of him. They called him the milk boy, whatever. He didn't care. And why do I tell you guys that? Because you cannot care what other people think. Your friends, your family, they are all going to diss on you for wanting to improve your life. People want you to do good, but not better than them. All right. You've heard that a billion times. They're all going to diss on you. They're all going to hate on you. You can't care. Be the milk boy. Now, last point in this section. If a genie came to you today and said, so-and-so, I am going to let you know that in 7 months, if you go to the gym every single day, you stick to your split, you stick to your diet, you stick to the mentorship, you are going to be absolutely shredded. You're going to have abs that pop through your shirt. People are going to respect you. All the girls are going to want you. You'll have insane confidence, all that good stuff. You would be more than happy to go to the gym every single day. But the problem is, you guys go to the gym for a week, you look in the mirror, you don't see any noticeable improvements, and then you start to get fatigued. You start to give up. Most people give up after like 2 weeks, right? You have to believe that work works. You have to believe in the process. Trust the process, work works, whatever you want to call it. Now, the minimalism blueprint. This is how you are going to clear up your acne and do it fast like I did. For reference, here we go today. You can see right now my skin's clear. MacBook camera's trash, but I'm going to show you guys exactly how I did it. Now, number one, clear up your diet. That's a given. If you're eating processed sugar, if you're eating processed foods, if you're eating dairy, cut it out, all right? If you're one of those people that doesn't have really bad acne, but you get a few breakouts every now and then, it's either your diet or you're just not changing your pillowcases or anything like that. So clear up your diet and be hygienic. Okay, number two, you don't need a very heavy face wash. That is the last thing that you need, okay? The doctor needs you to be sick. The dentist needs you to have cavities, and the chapstick companies need you to have chapped lips. It's been proven that these chapstick companies will give you a chapstick that chaps your lips, and then you're fried and you keep buying from them. And the same thing goes with your acne and with all that good stuff. So don't get a face wash that has a lot of stuff in it. The best my skin ever looked was when I was washing with water. I know that sounds crazy. I know you guys are going to believe me. So get a face wash with almost nothing in it. Now, we're going to come back to isotretinoin, but the only two supplements that really did work for me were Clo. Okay, you guys know what this is. I can't say right now, but you guys know what this is. If you don't understand what I'm saying, or you don't like the idea of having an injectable, it's totally fine. It worked for me. Hop on some tretinoin. Some topical tretinoin is going to clear up your skin like that. It did a good job for me. It didn't do the whole thing, but it's because my skin was absolutely fried. Like I told you, I had insane acne genetics, but it's going to help you out. It helps everyone out. Clav swears by it. All right. King of Looks Maxing is telling you to hop on tretinoin. All right. Now, isotretinoin, more commonly known as Accutane, that is going to 100% clear your skin. It is literally impossible for Accutane to not clear your skin. It cleared up mine. Mine came back. That happens a lot. But I hopped on it a second time and it went away. It stayed away. So, want to clear up your skin. Be very minimal with everything that you do. Now, next, don't be a fairy. We're going to keep this short and simple. Don't miss a meal, don't miss a lift, don't miss a hoe. All right, it's that simple. All right, it is about the principle. If you don't miss a meal and you don't miss a lift because you have principles in your mind, you tell yourself you're going to do something and you don't do it, it's going to be so much easier to start seeing progress, and you're going to feel so much better about yourself. You're going to be high driven, very motivated. It all goes hand in hand. Okay. When I was first starting out, I had this principle in my mind that if I missed a day, it was like missing 2 weeks. Right, so I never missed a day. All right. I genuinely believe that. Well, I knew that wasn't true, but that's what I was like programming myself to think or teaching myself to, you know what I'm trying to say. So next, move on past that. There's not much to talk about there. You know what I'm talking about. Inner circle. I cannot stress how important having a good inner circle is. The top men have a good inner circle. I know you guys might not like Andrew and Tristan, but they have made an undeniable amount of success. Okay, they were the most Google men on the planet at one point. They're billionaires. They drive insane cars. You might not agree with their politics or their takes or whatever, but they are successful. And if you are mature, you can objectively say that they are successful. Why? Because they did it together. They literally share a bank account. I heard someone ask Andrew, who has the better cars? And he, between you and Tristan, he goes, I don't know. We both share the cars. You don't know whose car's whose. They work together. All right. So that is why I also live in Bali with two of my best friends. Right now, I'm currently living with two of my best friends who also own their own online businesses. And one of them actually went through my mentorship program, and we'll talk about him later in the client testimonials and the proof. But we all live together. We all bounce ideas off each other. And the same thing goes with the Paul brothers, with the Trent twins. I don't like Logan Paul. Jake's all right. But they were able to come up through content together. You know, they were able to make like fake beef and bounce ideas off each other. And, you know, when one of you wants to give up, the other one's there to push you, you know, to keep going. And it's foolproof that if you have a group of high driven guys, you are going to start making success. The number one way for a track runner to run faster is to run with people who are faster than him. And that is why in my mentorship program, we have community calls every week. I have other mentors because everyone needs a mentor. Everyone needs a coach. I got people who help me out. I got clients who have been through the entire mentorship, through the coaching. I got guys who know more about a specific subject, like guys who specialize in the raw lifestyle, or guys who specialize in nutrition or strength training, whatever it is. We got guys coming on, guys talking about money, literally whatever it is. They come on, they spit free game, and everyone's helping each other out. And it's sick because some guys, we got guys from everywhere because it's online. So some guys might, you might have two people that live in Minnesota, and no one lives in Minnesota, but they found each other through the mentorship, through the group calls and the Telegram channel. And now they get to link up and they get to work together and they get to work out together and hit a lift. And, it's pretty foolproof. So moving on from that, what I didn't do. We talked about what I did do. Now we're going to talk about what I didn't do. Number one, I didn't create balance. Balance is cope. Balance is fake. I hate it when all these creators tell you just have balance. You can go to the gym 3 times a week and go drink your Red Bull vodka martini and still end up shredded. Nope, not true. There might be one guy out there like Togi, who's a genetic freak of nature, who's blasting gear, and he drinks and parties or whatever he does, or used to. I don't know if he does anymore. I think he actually turns life around, which is good. See, even more proof that doesn't work. But number one, he's a genetic freak of nature. Number two, they're LARPing how much they're actually partying and stuff. So you guys are getting lied to. This is why all the frat bros, they love Togi, they love Sush, but they all have beer bellies and they all look stupid. And I can't say the other word on here. So balance is cope. You don't need balance. You need to work. That's why I also don't like it when people go, you need sleep. Yeah, you do, but you don't need your 8 hours of sleep when you're first starting out. I know that's crazy. I know you're thinking, oh my gosh, everybody tells me I need sleep. How are you going to build muscle? Dude, we're talking about getting jacked. We're talking about getting shredded, making money. We're talking about improving our lives. You're talking about sleep. You don't got time to sleep. You got time to work. So sleep, no. Number two, I talked about a little bit. Don't party, don't drink, don't smoke. I'm not saying I'm somebody who's never partied or drank or whatever, but I am definitely not somebody that doesn't party and doesn't drink. If somebody asks me, hey, do you drink? I tell them no, because I don't. All right. I'm in Bali right now, and I literally have alcohol at the touch of my fingertips. I can go party at the top clubs whenever I want. And I had one celebratory beer the first day I landed. Other than that, haven't drank. Don't drink. It's going to absolutely fry you. Another thing I don't do bag, and I don't do whores. What does that mean? Exactly what you think it means. A girlfriend is the last thing you need. Now, I know you guys are thinking, Elijah, don't you have a girlfriend? Yes, I am an anomaly. I have already started my self-improvement journey and made it pretty far, and I'm going to keep going. And I've actually found a girl who is there with me to build. She understands her role. She understands that I got my priorities, that I got God at the top, Jesus is at the top, then I got my goals and all that right there. She understands her place, and she adds to my life. She doesn't take away. She doesn't add stress. Now, I know you guys are thinking, my girl's like that. No, she's not. And you know she's not. The girl you're thinking about right now is not like that, and you cut her off. All right, just a distraction. They're going to take your time. They're going to take your money. And when they take your time, they're taking your money because it's time that you could be spending to make your money. And you don't go to the gym because then you get a girlfriend, and she's like, come over and rub my feet or whatever. And then you go over and you end up getting fat because you skip the gym, and then she doesn't like you anymore. And she goes for somebody that goes to the gym because he actually respects himself. So last thing I didn't stay with my day ones. You want to end up like Rick Ross on a boat in the Cayman Islands? Can't hang out with your loser friends. We already talked about that. Your loser friends who smoke all day long, that you've known forever from high school, what are they going to go do? They're going to go to community college. They're going to go to university and do absolutely nothing. Go get a job that makes $100,000 a year. That's cool if that's what you're trying to do. Go ahead. But I'm talking to guys who are high driven. All right. I'm talking to guys who need success. Now, faith. I'll start off by saying I understand that not everybody watching this video, not everybody in my mentorship is Christian or has the same worldviews as me. I'm going to make it clear. I'm a Christian. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. Everybody says, I thank God, but nobody says Jesus. Yes, there's a few people out there that say Jesus' name, but not a lot. All right. I make it clear right now who my Lord and Savior, who my God is. So, like I said, I understand everybody has the same worldview as me. So I'm going to try to explain this in the best way possible. Your body is a temple that you steward. Your body is a blessing. Your body is a gift. One of the best ways that you can show appreciation for that gift is by stewarding it well, by being healthy. That shows that you actually appreciate your body, that you're not being selfish, just being a fat chud who doesn't care and could care less that he was blessed with all this potential and lives in America or lives in, one of these first world countries, has all the potential to be great and is not. Number 3, keep Jesus at the center. Like I said, I understand a lot of you guys don't have the same worldview as me, but if Jesus Christ is at the center of your life, it's going to be very, very difficult to go wrong. All right. If you're going to start to make better decisions, you are going to surround yourself with people who are also lifting you up. All right. Make Jesus Christ the center of your life, not a part of it. All right. Make him the center. And all of the decisions that you make should be, what would Jesus do? You guys have all seen the bracelet. Now, the proof. I sit here and talk all day long about my methods, about my wisdom and all that, but I've actually got proof. I know your guys' minds are blown. Look at these guys, absolute studs. I'm going to talk about my boy Anthony first. Anthony, 170 pounds in this. We got him down to 155. He's a little shorter. He's like 175 actually. We got him down to like 155. Absolute freak of nature. And guess how long we did it in? We did it in 5 months. Insane. Look at his face leaned out. Got a good haircut, right? Absolutely insane. Looks like a different person. Number 2, it's my boy Cole. I told you I live with him. Here's my little backstory. We had been boys for a while, but he actually wanted to lock in. He saw that I was, improving and wanted to hop on the same train. So he was actually one of my first clients in the coaching / mentorship that I offer. And we dialed him in like that. In 6 months, he went from a loser stoner kid to Terramogger. Look at that. We're going to zoom in right here. Look at the eye bags under his eyes. Look at the bloating, the facial complexion. Look at that. All right. Literally just from doing his cardio and clearing up his diet, sharper jawline, no eye bags, grew out his hair. Looks like a freaking terror chat. Hide your girlfriend. All right. Now, what else did we do? We improved his physique. So skinny fat, right? To absolute Chad, got abs on the side of his stomach, has round shoulders, good traps, very well put together. All right, we got him tan too. That helps out a lot. Here's another client. His name is Steven. I work with high-driven guys. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what your background is. If you are high-driven and you are ready to make a change, we're going to help you out. My team is going to help you out. I'm going to personally help you out, and you're going to get results. So Steven is a great example of somebody who can't afford to go to the gym 7 days a week and stick to a certain diet that most of the younger guys can stick to because he's a family to take care of. He has a full-time career. He has a lot to take care of, but he still made noticeable improvements in 6 months. Now, obviously it took a little longer for him because he has different priorities, but we were able to he's 45. We were able to get him down from, I think he was like 265 in this to, last I checked, he was sitting at like 220. So he lost like 45 pounds in 6 months. Like, it's insane. It's insane. And we didn't have him stick to this crazy diet. We didn't have him hop on Ratatrutide. We didn't have him hop on Ozempic. No, we just took certain things out of his life, and we took away the binge eating ice cream every night out of his life. We added some stuff into there, told him exactly what he should be eating, explained it for him, broke it down for him, got him on a good cardio schedule, and look at the noticeable improvements. Obviously, he still has more to go, but very, very proud of Steven. So lastly, last point, mentorship. It is crucial that you have a coach / mentor, whatever you want to call it. I call it a mentorship that I offer because not only am I coaching all my clients throughout fitness and wellness, but we are also dialing in the mental aspect. I absolutely love the mental aspect. I love the game, right? I love failing, and then finally winning. I love it. Okay. I love working, and not seeing any progress, and then finally seeing that progress. So, mentorship, right? First off, accountability. I'm somebody who's going to hold you accountable. And whether you choose me or you choose another coach, you need to find somebody who's going to hold you accountable. Obviously, I say choose me. Literally last night, I hopped on a call at 3 a.m. with my boy Rocco because we're in different time zones. 15 minutes, just, hey, how's it going? You sticking to your diet? Okay, good. You got any questions? Literally 15 minutes. Woke up 3 a.m. just so I could hop on a call with him. Now, you may be thinking, I don't need a mentor. I don't need a coach. Yeah, you do, because even the best players of all time have coaches. Okay, Michael Jordan has shooting coaches. Michael Jordan had coaches to look from the outside in and help him analyze and fix problems that you may have. Now, another reason why you may need a mentor, because you want to find somebody who is farther ahead of the path that you are on than you, who can help you with mistakes that they've made so you don't make them yourselves, or tips that they've figured out, and help bring you along as quickly as possible. Now, the last point, and probably the most important point about all this that I want to make, is I'm going to zoom in right here so you guys can read. Take a second and read this for me. Exactly. You can't. All right. It's Chinese. So unless you speak Mandarin, you can't read this. Now, why do I have Mandarin on my, I think that's what you call it, on my board right here? Because this is you trying to understand why you can't lose that extra 5% body fat in your stomach, why you've been dieting for so long, but you still don't have abs, why you're 160 pounds and you see other guys who are freaks of nature go to the gym every day like you do and they have abs, but you don't. This is you trying to understand even a workout plan, even a meal plan, even fats, carbs, macros, micros, all that good stuff. This is you trying to explain it. And then you got a guy like me who understands it all, has been through it all, has worked with other people who understand it better than me, who have helped me, has worked with other people to help them go through it. And I can help you understand it as well. So, like I said, I offer a one-on-one mentorship. I have a link in my bio. You can book a free call today. We are going to help you guys get started ASAP. Today is the best day to start. If you start today and you don't start tomorrow, you're one day closer to achieving your dream physique. The problem with putting things off and starting tomorrow is, number one, you're not even promised tomorrow. But number two, it just delays the process. Like I said, link in bio right now, book a call. Love all you guys. Jesus loves all you guys. Follow the YouTube or Instagram or whatever. Subscribe to the YouTube, follow the Instagram. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm dropping heat, free game every single day on the Instagram. We're dropping YouTube videos every week. Now that I'm in Bali, I'm going to be dropping all my splits and all that stuff, nutrition, old advice and all that good stuff, vlogs, dropping free game, free heat. Love y'all boys. Jesus loves y'all boys.